take a look at the fabulous guests that I have here this morning.
Hi, everyone.
Byanca. You guys may remember her from our time in Bali.
Yeah, in that hotel.
Yeah, we had the most amazing luxury experience there, and we made a promise that we were going to travel China together on that trip.
Yeah, the year next, which is exactly now.
And we did it.
Happening.
But with one small caveat that we did want to actually travel around the country.
Yeah.
But the dates of my press trip just happened to be like the worst possible time to come to China.
We were thinking about we will meet in Shanghai, and I'll take Alina around, like Shanghai area, which is like Suzhou, Hangzhou, more traditional Chinese culture. But the time is just the worst ever, so we couldn't really get anywhere, so we stayed here.
So can we make another promise of next year?
Of course.
Next year.
Next year will not just be around Shanghai, but around China.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Yes. But I will say it has been nice to spend some extra time in Shanghai because it is such an amazing city.
Yeah.
Dare I say it's my favorite city now in China.
Really?
I think I could see myself living here for a few months.
Definitely.
So in today's video, guys, we are going to take you around some of the top tourist sites, of course, but since Byanca, you grew up in China, I think it'll be interesting to kind of, hear your opinion about how China has changed as a country and the more local perspective. So we will give you guys some insight on that. But first and foremost, breakfast.
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 Very hungry. Very hungry.
This is definitely, as the name suggests, a very big breakfast. But super, super good. And where we are here, Gaga, this is like a chain here in China, right? Like super popular with some Western kind of food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Byanca is actually like a ambassador of them and stuff, so she's treating me to breakfast today. Super, exactly. Super, super good. Alright, so our first stop of the day is
Yuan Garden.
It's Yuan?
Yuan.
Yuan
Kind of means like a garden.
Ah, now it all makes sense. So this was built by the Ming dynasty, I read, about 400 years ago.
Thanks for that.
It's just because I read about it. But yeah, it's actually supposed to be quite a substantial garden. But we did not reserve tickets ahead of time, so hopefully it won't be too long of a line to get in. And here we are. We've just arrived within the garden, which from the outside you couldn't actually tell that there's a garden within these walls. Absolutely spectacular. There is like a mini moat in here, and just the traditional design of architecture, beautiful trees, stunning. So we are having a fabulous time in this garden. Great suggestion.
You took me here.
I did?
Yeah.
I thought you suggested
No,
it.
you suggested. You were like, let's go to your garden.
It was both of our ideas. But just because we have this beautiful spot somewhat to ourselves right now, I wanted to ask you, Byanca, as a local, obviously, who's seen China change, after some very big moments.
Yeah.
What's kind of been, your experience of growing up here and now coming back after many years of travel? Because I've already linked it before, but Byanca is also a fabulous YouTuber, social media star, and she travels a lot. So you really get to compare China to other places, and you've seen how it's changed in these years. So what's it kind of been like for you?
Well, I think I grew up basically before COVID. I spent my whole life in China, but I was not living in Shanghai. I was living in Chengdu in Sichuan, which is about 3 hours flight from here. I remember when I was a kid, China used to be very poor.
Yeah.
We didn't have many resources. I grew up there were many nights we didn't even have electricity. We were living off candles.
Wow.
It was wild. I remember since I was in junior high or middle school, I started to see how fast my city started to develop. All the lands were taking over, and they just started to build this new city. And just over a decade, it was used to be completely a village, and then changed to skyscrapers that's become extremely rich area just within a decade. That's how fast it was growing. I was traveling during COVID. I come back after 3 years, and everything again changed to another level. I come back and I feel completely a villager, because everything is so extremely advanced. Now you don't even really have to basically carry anything. You don't need a phone. You don't need nothing. You can pay everywhere with just a face scan. I mean, it's kind of a bit controversial because people say, they collect your data and other things like that. It's camera everywhere. But the convenience you get in China is extremely, extremely it's another world. I don't see that in anywhere in the world. I used to have this American dream, a lot of people,
go to the USA.
It's the greatest country in the world. They have everything. But honestly, after I travel so much, I still haven't been to the States, but just from all the information I collecting around the world from different people, I'm I don't think I'm attracted to that anymore. I'm from China. I know my own neighbors, my relatives, my friends, they are not seeing rich people, but just regular people. They live a really, really comfortable life. Everybody has a property. Everybody has, cars and have some savings. Of course, there's some mortgage, but everyone's living fine,
I didn't know that China doesn't have a fully universal health system. I thought they did, but it's not.
It's kind of by states.
Yeah, but it's still very reasonably priced, and most people are covered under their job. So I think overall it covers most people
Most
still.
people, like I shared with you a few days ago, my grandpa now, he's he's old, so he has some problems, and he goes to hospital basically every month, and sometimes he has to stay in the hospital for a few days, sometimes you just get medicine, and he doesn't really pay anything.
So I think until you actually come to China yourself, you don't fully understand, how much this country has advanced and so quickly. That's the shocking part, to go from, a large number of the population living in poverty to most of the middle class living relatively comfortable lives. That's a huge achievement, in my opinion.
I would assume the only place it would really compare to China is probably the North European countries. What's the name?
The Nordic countries, Sweden, and Finland.
I wouldn't say any other places or can compare. How comfortable, how convenient is living in China,
and safe.
And I don't even mention that. I can leave my things everywhere. That was not the case.
No,
that was not the case. China used to be pickpocketing everywhere. If you leave the things here, and you just turn, it's gone. It used to be not safe, and now this is also I'm still trying to get used to. I just don't really trust. I'm really, is that safe now?
Yeah.
I go to cafes sometimes, and they probably have toilet 200 meters away. I have to walk out from the cafe. I just ask them, hey, can you just take a look for me? They're no, don't worry, just leave it. It's okay, it's fine.
Yeah, amazing. You guys got to visit.
Have to.
So it is 25, 26 degrees right now. It is hot. What would be perfect to drink right now?
Iced tea.
Iced tea. from Chagi, very popular chain here in China. Let's see what they got. Fruit tea, snow-capped milk tea. That's interesting. Byanca, what would you recommend at Chagi?
Oh, normally I get this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's jasmine something?
Yeah.
Jasmine milk tea?
It's very good.
Yeah.
You should just try their classic ones, not special.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've tried their special, you didn't really like that much.
Well, I think I got one of their fruit ones the last time I was here, and like it was okay. It just wasn't my favorite compared to Haiti, which is like my favorite ever. But I'll take your recommendation.
You want to have the same like
Yeah,
mine?
I'll get the same. All right, Chagi taste test. Cheers. That's very good.
Yeah, right?
That's very good.
So always try their classic ones. Represent them.
I've never had jasmine milk tea before. That's delicious.
Yeah.
Good job, Chagi. If you misbehave in China, they put you inside the spaceship. I don't know what goes on in there, but it's probably not good. Byanca, do you know, like, I don't know, if let's say you're drunk on the street, what are they gonna do with you?
Leave you there. Let you die. No, I don't
No.
know.
But it's interesting because it's like I never really see, I don't know, like misconduct that much on the street. So I assume the penalty must be bad enough that people just behave themselves.
No, I think it's just only in certain areas, you know.
Yeah.
And I do think people help you if they see you just randomly lay on the side of the road.
Yeah.
People send you to the hospital.
Yeah, not lock you up, but like
No.
if you, I don't know, were like punching people or something, then they'd put you behind bars.
Oh yes, for sure.
It is officially lunchtime and we are getting a Shanghai specialty. Byanca, what is the proper name?
Well, it's actually not like a Shanghai
Oh, no?
specialty.
Okay.
But it's more like this area, so including like Hangzhou, Suzhou. When you come to this area, this is something you must try. It's called 蟹黄面, which is you put the crab meat. So they roasted everything, and then they mix kind of like a crab sauce, and then you put on top either noodles or rice, and the flavor is very rich.
Well, this is certainly unlike anything I have had before. We got two types of crab, right, Byanca? You said this one's like the caviar? Yeah, the egg. Yeah, and then this is the crab meat. Okay, let's try it. Well, I feel like I should start with the crab meat first.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is interesting.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, let's put a bit more. It's not going to be an attractive bite, but it'll be an honest bite.
Honest bite. How is it?
Good.
Yeah? Okay. Glad you like it.
It's very mild, actually, just like a very mild crab flavor.
What does mayo mean?
Like not overpowering.
Okay.
I expected it more to be like a strong sort of
Oh,
taste,
yeah.
but
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the crab meat's nice. Now
Yeah.
let's try the caviar.
Yeah.
Overall, I like it.
Okay, which one do you like better?
You know, maybe even the caviar one because it has, a bit more of an intense taste to it.
I guess so.
But neither of them is like, fishy or really strong seafood flavor. Like I said, it's quite mild, quite smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice dish.
That's good.
I like
Do you
it.
want to put some vinegar here and
Oh,
just
yeah,
to
let's
try
try
a
it.
difference?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
The vinegar gives it a bit more like punch, a bit more flavor. Yeah, definitely add vinegar.
Ah.
The locals know the right taste.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. What's especially interesting is that Jing'an Temple, which you can kind of see right behind here, it's in the gold. We are literally in the most like downtown, skyscrapers all around us kind of area, but at the same time there's this gorgeous historic Buddhist temple that is almost 800 years old. So Byanca and I wanted to go to a sky bar and we found one, but unfortunately it's freezing. It's so cold and it's
May.
Yeah.
It's May.
Yeah. And they say it's 20 degrees, but it doesn't feel like that.
It's just like 10.
Yeah, and windy. The view is spectacular. It is beautiful. Byanca, you said this place is called Edition, right?
Edition.
Yeah, Edition Hotel, kind of close to Nanjing Street. Would probably recommend you guys come for the high tea. It looks super, super nice. But it finished when we got here, so we're just having a hot drink.
Yes.
A hot drink.
Which is even better, so we don't have to spend that much money.
True enough. But yeah, definitely check out a sky bar on not a cold and windy day here in Shanghai. That is it, friends. That was my spectacular time in Shanghai. I will definitely be back. I feel incredibly fortunate of all the amazing places that I got to see in China on this second trip. So a big thank you to everyone who made that possible. As some of you already know, my next destination will be in the Middle East. I will be seeing you guys in Dubai, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Have you been to Shanghai? What was your experience? And as always, I am sending you so much love. I hope you're having a fantastic day and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.